Hi, everybody. So sorry I'm late. Y'all, I had to fix my title. You guys know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do apologize for being late. But how you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing well. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We were supposed to go live yesterday, but y'all, I was really tired yesterday. So I was like, no, I'm canceling. And I actually went to bed. And I'm glad that I did because I was really, really tired. Really. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. She knows her worth. Thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Thank you, love. Thank you for supporting the channel. Okay, let me get the intro going because I still got to tell people that I'm live, and then we had to fix the title to add another case that I'm like, this is so disgusting. I don't even know how to talk about it. It's just crazy. Did y'all hear about the? Maybe I need to stop. Let me do the intro because I know there's got to be I have to be careful the words that I use because y'all they try to take us down every time we talk about stuff. Okay, let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Bruh. Did you hit the like button? Drop some rabbits in the chat. Let's go.
Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. If you want the tea, come see me. Rabbit hole is the place to be for real news, not fake news. Celebrity news, breaking news around the clock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock, I rock, I rock. Real talk, best on the block. I rock, I rock. Hit that like, hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat, hit chat. Hit that like, hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop some, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits, drop some rabbits, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. True crime is my specialty. Exposing the industry. Unsolved mysteries. Sticking to reality. Fair use commentary. Talking about cults. Trying to get results. Exploring hopes. Exploring. Researching. Debunking. Investigating. Being nosy. Super nosy. Being messy. Being shady. Rabbit hole news. That's me. The chick with ADHD. Unmedicated. But quite educated. Hit that like. Hit that like. Welcome to the chat. Let's chit chat. Hit chat. Hit that like. Hit that like. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Drop some rabbits. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. Drop some rabbits in the chat. Drop some rabbits. Hit that like. Hit that like. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Okay, I'm not muted. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Now, guys, I need you guys, if you're watching the replay, let me know how the sound quality is because we got a new little I think it's called a windscreen. We got a new little windscreen on our mic. I was using the old, I got tired of using the plate. So I'm like, I wanted to change it up. Oh my gosh. Everybody's having a moment. I wanted to I didn't want to use the plane anymore. It sounds good. So I didn't realize how thin. Now this is thicker. It's supposed to be better. Y'all let me know. I ordered it. So if it's like too much popping on the mic, when you guys hear me say my P's and my T's and my whatever other words that pop, let me know. I do need the feedback, okay? Because I might have to get a better one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys. So there's we gonna get into a couple of true crime cases that are on the title, but one specific one that I just stumbled upon that I was like, is this a real story or what? Okay, so there is a couple, a firefighter and a realtor, okay, who apparently were just charged for child material, okay, in their possession, but also some bee sting stuff, okay? And I have to be careful with the words that I say. So, a Columbia County firefighter and his wife were both now facing charges for possession of the child material and the bee sting stuff on animals. Okay, so her name is Harliegh Hoffman. Now, let me show y'all a picture, okay? Because I saw this story and I said, what? Come again now? Come again now, Rachel. I hope you're doing okay. This is a couple. All right. Harliegh Hoffman is 27. It's the girl. Was arrested on Thursday after her husband, Jordan Hoffman, over here looking like who's got the little funny little mustache? Would that also be Pennybags? Anyways, let me stop. The Monopoly guy. After her husband, Jordan Hoffman, 33, was arrested on similar charges in the Lake City Police Department, received a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. An arrest report for the Lake City Police Department details and numerous images officers found depicting Jordan engaging in acts with animals. Okay. Officials confirm to TV 20 Harliegh Hoffman is also visible in the images with the animals. In addition to the depictions of the couples engaging in this act, officers reportedly found some prawn images, the child material images. Officials confirmed Jordan was employed by the Columbia County Fire Rescue. The guy was a firefighter. Firefighter? Firefighter. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. You said I'm on my way with the wood chipper. Storm's like, listen, Rabbit, I'm on my way with the wood chipper. These people need to be dundadas. Oh my God. You said Mr. Pringle with the funny mustache. Anyways, let's keep going. You cannot make this up. So Harliegh Hoffman, who's the wife, right, faces 5 counts of possession of child prom and 8 counts of unlawful activity involving animals. Jordan Hoffman faces 13 counts of possession of this material, 5 counts of promoting the performance by a child, and 35 counts of unlawful activity involving these animals. Okay, so that is the short. Now, I did see Abby Blabby posted those documents, so we're gonna look at those right now.
CK, did I just
Little
read?
news reporting on this.
What did I just read? Heavy TW before I go forward, y'all, because this
is heavy, y'all. If you're triggered, please log off. Take care of your mental health. That is what's most important. Okay.
This is Jordan and Harliegh Hoffman, and they've been arrested and charged with having CSAM and that word right there. He's a firefighter. That's his wife. And they began being investigated after a tip was sent in by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You see, Jordan here was allegedly fucking dogs. And the descriptions of...
Okay, let me stop. That's what she said. All right. TMI. Sorry, guys, but that's what happened.
The videos, photos, whatever the fuck that was. Y'all, TW, because I wish I never read this. So there was images, videos of Jordan holding a male dog's thing.
Yes, y'all are saying what now? Yeah, my face dropped. I'm just letting y'all know. First of all, let's be very clear, just so that people are aware. That guy right there, he's a firefighter. Okay, he was. I don't think he's a firefighter anymore after today, but or after that was released after the arrest. Yeah. Body illusions. Let me take a little break, a little breather. Hold up. Sorry, I had to open something. Um, my Pringles, Mr. Pringles has a funny mustache. Body Illusions, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Thank you for all the hard work that you do. Speaking of that, let me stop right here, everybody. I do have the Priscilla Presley lawsuit video dropping today, so keep your notifications on. It is very, very scandalous. I'll put that in there. So let's get back to the story, okay? So this guy is a firefighter, all right? He's he is a civil servant. That's what you call these firefighters, a civil servant. I used to be one, okay? And how which dogs was he doing it? Was it his dogs, other people's dogs? What dogs was he doing this with? And he was collecting this material, so clearly they were watching it. She was into it as well. She's a realtor, and then they also had the child material. So this is very serious. Like, even though it's like grossing everybody out, but like all of this right here is just so concerning. Period. But let's keep going, okay?
Putting the male dog thing into his booty hole, allegedly. Having the dogs lick peanut butter off him, allegedly. Putting his little thing in the dog's mouth, allegedly. There was also a female having the dog lick her. It doesn't specify if it's her, but I'm going to assume it's allegedly her. There's also one where Jordan is allegedly giving the dog, putting the dog's thing into his mouth.
Where are these animals from? Like, this is I'm like, what the F is going on? Y'all can't beyond graphic. Good morning, beyond graphic, all right. I'm like, what? What is he like? This can't be true, y'all. Well, there's arresting documents, okay? So apparently there's literally like videos of them doing this. It's just really sad, man. I know what a terrible PTX is like. What a terrible day to have ears. Let me just say that much. Like, oh my God. So I'm hearing this and I'm like, what? This can't be real. Did this really happen? Y'all are making it up. You have to be making it up, right? There's arresting documents. Literally.
What? And there's more than one dog, because there's a black dog and there's a brown dog in them. And I'm not even.
More than one dog. So whose dogs are they? Poor freaking dogs. First of all, they shouldn't be having any animals. Please make sure that that never happens again, or be around children, period.
More details, you'll get the picture. But that's not it. They were also found to have CSAM. I'm not going to give the details of those.
Please don't. My goodness.
But the victims in that CSAM ranged in ages from 6 years old to 15, allegedly. And this is me reading from the court documents. Okay. His wife, Harliegh, is facing 5 counts of possession of CSAM, 8 counts of unlawful SA involving animals, and Jordan Hoffman is facing 13 counts of possession of CSAM and 5 counts of promoting or performance by a child and 35 counts of unlawful SA involving animals. I can't even begin to describe how sick I am at this one, y'all. What the fuck? What the actual...
Yes. So let's get into that real quick. And then, of course, I know some of you guys are here for like Laken Snelling. Well, we're going to get into Laken, I promise y'all, but I wanted to add this because this is just sick. Like, literally, look at... You just never know. Y'all never know, man. Like, this is the couple, okay? Mm-mm. I don't know what to say. I have no words. Give me one sec, guys. You said Rabbit want us to skip lunch. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the couple. Of course, the internet is reacting. This is the couple. How they got into this, what happened here, I don't really know. This is them. Literally, their wedding pictures. Okay. So here is the police report. So a NCMEC, which is that child exploitation website, okay, NCMEC cyber tip was assigned to Lake City Police Department on August 24th, 2025. Upon review of this case, I found the tip was generated by a Snapchat for a parent-child material. Jordan Hoffman was identified as a suspect in the case. Mr. Hoffman was arrested on August 25th, 2025 for violation of the FCSS, and then the code numbers there, possession of child material, and those CSAM images, okay? Promoting of a performance by a child by those images. And we use of a two-way communication device to facilitate a felony, tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. Okay. I obtained a search warrant for his cell phone and I cease incident to arrest. Upon receiving the cell phone extractions back, I found the following. It's literally in the arrest documents. Depicts a male dog with areas exposed. Area is being held by Jordan. Okay, this did happen. Like, what? Were you going to cover this one? Did you get the documents? If you need these, I'll send you the link, BJ. This is crazy. Y'all let me know what you guys think. Shout out to BJ. Yes, you guys drop some hearts for BJ in the chat. So the area is being held by Jordan Hoffman. And then the code for arresting fondling, intentionally doing stuff in that area. Okay. Of an animal. So that's a charge right there. A person may not knowingly film, distribute, possess any material or images of a person and an animal engaging in any kind of activity. And then depicts another image, which depicts a male's dog's area that's being held by a human. Okay. It's all in the document. Look at this. And here's another one. A male dog held by a human hand, female giving OS to the dog. And then things are observed. Things are coming out that are observed. Why do these people own dogs? I don't know. Lord have mercy. It's crazy, man. You hear about these things and it's like, to actually see it written in a document, it's a little bit different. This is it right here. Like, to actually see it being written in a document, it's a little bit different. Depicts a male dog with Jordan Hoffman's inserted into, like, his thing is in the dog, okay? And then there's film of this, and then depicts a nude female lying on her back with the dog's mouth, in contact with her area. Depicts a female and a dog doing stuff, okay, while the area, something's going on. Depicted male dog with area exposed. Depicts a male dog with the description. And then depicts Jordan Hoffman with an thing with the dog in the mouth. Okay. This is actual. Can you guys imagine what it must be like to be these officers, to actually actually have to review this? You said it gets worse. Hold up. BJ says it gets worse and worse. You're not going to be able to read them all. I'm having a hard time reading these ones. I don't even think I can. Can you imagine, like, literally have it? Like, I'm just thinking, being an officer reading this kind of stuff. Oh no. Oh no. See, that's a great question. What happens to these animals? Do they get saved, or do they get put away for adoption? Poor thing. You just hear how these monsters, I mean, they should go to, like, you said it's bad. See, and I'm just barely touching it. You said, yes, trying to follow the rules. It becomes people of younger age. I can't read the people with younger age, y'all, because that would just, like, I'm telling you, I have PTSD from a lot of stuff that I've read when I worked in areas like this. And it's just like, I mean, I couldn't even. It's even to know that humans can do this to an animal, like it's crazy to me. Um, depicts male dogs enticing to do things to Jordan. Like all of these charges, I have to be. Anyways. So as graphic as you can get, just imagine that. Just imagine that. They even harmed the dogs. Like all this harm to the dogs. You can't make this shit up. Poor dogs. And like it's not like the dog can speak at all. Depicts Jordan forcing the dog's mouth open and putting his like he's lucky he didn't get his. Oh my god. Depicts Jordan giving OS to a dog's area. This is all in the images. Oh my god. Anyways, let me stop. Okay, so there's 6 pages of charging documents, and there's so many details to what they were doing to these dogs, like so many details, and it sounds like it was 2 dogs that we know of. Depicts a yeah, no, and then on the bottom it's the child stuff. I'm not even gonna read that, y'all. That's crazy. So this is on Abby Blabby's Facebook. Shout out to Abby Blabby, but she's got all the charging documents there, and the last page is where all the details of the children and the images and everything. So they were quite the couple. Oh my god. Literally. They're violent. Like that's crazy, man. They took pictures of these acts. It sounds like there's video of it too. That's what it sounds like to me. So this is the couple. Okay. And I mean everybody's having a reaction to it. As you hear about this stuff, but like to actually see it written in a police report, it's a little bit different, man. To see the descriptions to animals, to children alone, but to animals, I will never understand hurting children and animals, right? But see, were those his dogs? Were those his dogs? You said, "Girl, the chats get out of there too." On the next post from 13 hours ago, the things that were texting is below the jail. What were they texting, BJ? Oh my god, hold up. Hold up. I didn't even get to that. I'm like I didn't want to read the kids stuff because it's so sad to me. So Hoffman is charged with 4 counts, 6 counts, 25 counts, 13 counts, 5 counts. Currently of doing things to dogs and child images, okay? Like I said, I have to be careful with the words that I use. She was a realtor, okay? Harliegh is a newly licensed realtor, very young, but she is deeply rooted in real estate industry, growing up with their mom. Oh my God, they just put her mom's name out there. Oh girl, they're gonna be calling your mom. She gained invaluable insight into the world of real estate from an early age. She's a devoted mom of 2 beautiful daughters. I was so hoping that she was not a mother. Like I was hoping that you were not a mom. Okay? Because knowing that she's a mom and she's engaging in this kind of stuff, it hits a little bit different. I'm sorry. Like I was hoping that the lady was not a mom. You know, and I hate to put it this way, but it's just it when you know she's a devoted mom to 2 beautiful daughters, and she's been happily married to her husband Jordan since 2019. Jordan again is a firefighter. Harliegh understands the importance of finding you the perfect home for your family. She understands that your home is the most is most probably your biggest asset you will ever purchase. Her passion lies in helping others navigate the real estate market and turning their dreams into a reality. Girl, you just shot that shit. Literally. How did you even get here, girl? How did you like what happened? And you're a mom of 2 girls. You cannot make this up. Oh, absolutely. They were hurting other kids too. I mean, mental. I don't think so, man. It's like to a certain degree. Look, I'm all for mental awareness. Y'all know I'm a huge advocate for people checking on their mental health, but I'm also for an advocate of people taking accountability, because a lot of us struggle with all kinds of mental health issues, but we go out there and we figure it out. We get the services and support that we need, and it's difficult. We may not always have access to it, but at some point it becomes a situation where it's like, girl, what? Like, your mom is also featured here. Like, what is she going to say here? And you're a mom of 2 children, right? 2 daughters. And you have CSAM? And you're harming animals? I don't even know what to make of it, man. Thank you so much, Apple Pie. Reality check. Jules, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Thank you, love. Thank you, love, for supporting the channel. And Sue, thank you so much for this super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think it's mental health. It seems more like a fetish or sadic. Yeah, the dark stuff. That's what I would say that. That's beyond. It's beyond. There are people out here, and I'm just saying, like, they really, really struggle with, what is it? They might have some abnormalities or whatever it may be with their sexualities, whatever it may be, right? But they're choosing to figure it out without harming children or animals. Does that make sense? Those are 2 different things. We cannot compare. This right here is a level of sickness that's a whole different level. When you get into this dark area, this has nothing to do with any kind of BDSM or anything. Like, y'all do your thing, whatever. But this stuff right here, when it involves children and animals, that's a different level. That's nothing to do with that. You've taken it to a whole different level right there. Like, it's criminal. Honestly, that's how I see that. Thank you. It's Pedialyte. It's Pedialyte behavior. That's what it is. And who knows? Like, if they would listen, I'm just gonna say it, allegedly, in my opinion. But if they're doing this as a couple, what makes you think they weren't planning to do things to, or maybe they have, because they have material. They haven't done things to, children as a couple. That's been a thing. There was a couple that, were doing things like that. They would invite people like, prostitutes over and do different things, and then they would K them. Like, that was a thing too. So yeah, like, this is a whole different level. It is what it is. Listen, that's take their asses to alligator Alcatraz. That's what I'm saying. Listen, it's on your possession. They're gonna go to court. They'll figure it out there. But this is a whole different level. That's how I see it. Absolute. Period. Anyways, so I guess they were having chats. I haven't seen any chats, but hold up, y'all. I could be completely off. Let me play this report while I find these chats right quick. Hold up. Where is that news reporting right here? Here we go. Hold up.
Switch to Square and join over
Sorry
4
for the ads,
million
y'all.
businesses.
And it's, of course, it's going to make me go to that ad. Oh, stop it. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I find it.
We have an eye for quality, and we make sure your vehicle gets the trade valuation it deserves. Even if you don't buy from us, we'd love to add your vehicle to our exquisite inventory. We recognize high quality and pay more for it. Walk away with a check that represents the value of your trade today. Bring your vehicle in, and we'll buy it on the spot. Don't settle for less than the best.
Oh my God, the longest ad.
Do business with Mercedes-Benz of Westminster.
The wife of a Columbia County firefighter now joins him behind bars after Lake City police say they found videos of the couple having sex with animals. 27-year-old Harliegh Hoffman was arrested today, days after her husband, 33-year-old Jordan Hoffman, was arrested on similar charges. Officers say they also found pornographic images of young children. Both face charges of child porn possession and sex with animals. Jordan also faces charges of promoting sexual performance by a child.
Okay, hold up,
Adobe
y'all.
Acrobat Studio is all new. What can PDF spaces
And I have to
with
be
AI
very careful what I show here, because literally it is just crazy, man. So apparently they wanted to release the Epstein files. Lord have mercy. They wanted to release the Epstein files. Lord have mercy. Okay, let me stop. Oh man, they're really going after them. I swear. I hate when people make shit political. But look, hold up. Like, it's all over. Their tweets are there. They screenshot their tweets. The original Island Boys. This is what Jordan Hoffman had shared. On the first day of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, the CEO of Twitter resigned, the CEO of Walmart resigned, and the CEO of CNBC resigned. You can't make this up. Oh my God. There's additional court documents. This was 13 hours ago. So the firefighter, Jordan Hoffman, and his realtor wife, Harliegh, they were both investigated after a tip generated by a Snapchat for a parent-child material. Okay? So this is the long post from Abby Blabby. Hoffman, 33, we know that he works for the fire department. According to the arrest report, investigators uncovered numerous images allegedly showing Jordan Hoffman engaging in acts with dogs. With a dog. This one says a dog, but I heard it was two different dogs. Officials say Harliegh Hoffman also appeared in some of the images. Police further reported finding multiple images of children who so he was a firefighter for the Columbia County Fire Rescue, faces 13 counts of possession with child porn, 5 counts of promoting this performance, and 35 counts of unlawful activity with animals. Harliegh Hoffman, who's a realtor in the area, has been charged with 5 counts of possession of this material as well, and 8 counts of unlawful activity with animals. Girl, like, and you have daughters. That's what kills me about this. You have daughters. You have daughters. It's just crazy, man. I mean, it's all over. I was trying to see what else. Oh, I don't want to show other people's kids and stuff like that. I feel so sad. Like, the level of...
You guys are about to be absolutely disgusted when I tell you what these two people did. Now, I don't give a lot of trigger warnings, but I'm giving you one now because the details of this are just
crazy.
So this is 33-year-old Jordan Hoffman and his wife, 27-year-old Harliegh Hoffman. They're from Lake City, Florida. He's a firefighter and she's a realtor. So earlier this week, the Lake City Police Department received a tip from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. So they executed search warrants on both of their phones, and what they found is so horrible, it's hard to believe it's even real. So they found photos of both of them doing sexual things with a dog and multiple ornograph, I'm not going to say the rest of the word, but you know it, photos of children. Now, I have the court documents posted onto my Facebook, Abby Blabby True Crime and News, but I'm not going to post them here because I don't want this video to get taken down, but I will tell you some of the details. So one of the photos showed her using her mouth on the dog until it finished. There was a photo showing his thing in a dog's butt. Another one showed her unclothed, laying on the bed with the dog using its mouth to,
this
you know
is
where
crazy,
I'm going with it.
This, like, honestly, just yeah, it's like so off to even, like, why?
I don't want to say certain things because, like I said, I don't want this video to get taken down. Another one showed him using his mouth on the male dog. There was one that showed his erect next to the dog's mouth, and then he pried the dog's mouth open. And
that's the shit that gets me. Is like, you're prying this poor animal's mouth open to do this. I wish that dog would have bit his ass. Like, let me just say that. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. Like, that dog should have bit it. Okay, he should have Lorena Bobbitt his ass. That's what he should have done. Yep.
Finished inside. If you want to see the rest of the details, like I said, go over to my Facebook. I have it all posted there. I don't even have the words. So anyway, here are their charges. He has 13 counts of possession of child pornography, 5 counts of promoting sexual performance by a child, and 35 counts of unlawful sexual activity with animals. And she's being charged with 5 counts of possession of child pornography and 8 counts of unlawful sexual activity with animals. And look at this. Here, let me move out of the way.
This is crazy.
It says she is a devoted mom to 2 beautiful daughters and has been happily married to her husband, Jordan, since 2019. So these people have kids. It's just absolutely horrible. Again, Jordan and Harleigh Hoffman from Lake City, Florida. You guys are about to be absolutely disgusted when I tell you what these 2 people.
And apparently there might be messages between them that is even like more disgusting. I'm glad that they're being exposed. Like, I just did a video a couple days ago. Some of you guys didn't even go and watch it. You should go watch it, okay? And it was about To Catch a Predator. This right here would be like, I talked a little bit about how, people respecting people's privacies. What does it mean? Da, 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 da. But these are the kinds of mother effers that I would want caught up, where I feel like there's space for internet vigilantism to step in. So as long as they're working with law enforcement and we can actually prosecute, like that right there would be a perfect thing to have happened with these 2 individuals. So To Catch the Predator here would have been perfect with all the entities that they use. Go watch that video, because there's going to be a documentary dropping on To Catch a Predator on the 19th of this month. And some people have had different thoughts about it. I don't need, you say you cannot rehome that dog. Well, I don't know what to say, man. And I know like some of you guys, first of all, I have a dog. He's a pain in the ass. Okay. He just is, but he's my dog, right? I can't imagine or fathom somebody doing something like this to him, let alone a child or anything like that. But an animal, a poor animal, like when I first heard about it, I was like nervously laughing because I couldn't even imagine that actually being a thing. But it is. It truly, truly is, guys. And Cash, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Just thank you. Time Rabbit, thank you, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for, just be mindful. This stuff is really rough that we cover sometimes. And I'm trying to like find a balancing act when I cover it, because it gets to be too much. Look at this. I protect my dogs over my human nephews and nieces. LOL. Cash is really close to his dog. Those poor kids are going to have this dark cloud following them. Yeah, the daughters for sure. But like literally, it's too much. I just checked court records and it appears someone has initiated a family court case against Jordan and Harleigh as of 9/9. Wondering if that's so. See, and I was wondering, BJ, does he have any? I don't think they have children together. She has children, maybe from a separate relationship, but I don't think they have children together. Oh, this is interesting. Hold up, y'all. I got to grab the crayons. Give me a second, guys. That's crazy. That's crazy. 1 second, guys. I had to get crayons. By the way, all the back to school stuff is on sale for like 80% off everywhere. So yeah. You said animals are so innocent and dogs are devoted to their humans. Yeah, absolutely. And where these rescue dogs from a fire? I don't know. That's a good question though. Family dogs, rescue dogs, or anything like that. Yeah, but pay attention to this update that BJ just dropped. I'll have to follow up on this. This is going to be an interesting case to follow for sure. And man, listen, people in this kind of behavior, it could just be just about anybody. We talked about this a couple days ago, like when we were talking about that one documentary, or what is it, from Netflix, Unknown Numbers, the high school catfish. People don't see certain people as predators, or they don't see them engaging in any kind of behavior, and then they get surprised. I mean, I sure as hell was surprised, but this is kind of like that, where it's like you got to be mindful. You said I will follow. If you do, I'll follow. Not going down this rabbit hole alone. We could follow together, BJ. We could follow together. Shout out to BJ in the chat. We will. Okay, so we'll wait to see what else develops. Yes, Abraham, did you see that high school one? Yeah, put a one in the chat if you saw. We did a review on it too. I was too really. Were you? Shout out to Night Charm. Sorry. That documentary with the anyways, if you have not watched it, it's an hour and 45 minutes. Go watch it and let me know what y'all think. But sometimes we don't even suspect who these alleged people can be. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. You just never know. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, we got to move on. I want to move on to Harliegh. Like I'm making up names. She's Harliegh. I want to move on to Laken Snelling. I kept calling her Laken Riley because I'm thinking of that other case that is also another horrific case, but that's a different name and whatever. Completely different name. So, former University of Kentucky athlete competed months before police allegedly found the dead infant inside her closet. First of all, they're still trying to figure out who the father of this baby is because I guess she was dealing with two boyfriends at the same time. There's that. But there's a lot of stuff that's coming about Laken. There's a lot of former classmates that are speaking about the fact that she was a bully. She ran, at least attempted to run over someone with her Jeep in the high school or whatever. I don't know. There isn't a whole lot of confirmation. At this point, I feel like some of that could just be very much hearsay. We don't know the girl. She'll have her day in court. I think we have to kind of give her that. But from what people are saying now is that she was actually performing months before they found this baby in the closet. And there's actually pictures of her. You know, she looks like she was pretty far along. I don't know why people have this idea that if you're pregnant, you're not going to be very athletic. I've seen people run marathons when they're like 8 or 9 months pregnant. I've seen people, you know, be 8 or 9 months pregnant and not even show. Like, to me, this isn't really, what's the word? It's not really news. And I know some people are going to say, well, she's not, I don't know if she was receiving prenatal care or not. It doesn't sound like she was. Sounds like she was concealing this. She was out of state. Her parents are living, you know, in Tennessee. She's in Kentucky, and she's living her, you know, university life. She's a senior. She's 21 years old. She's dating, going back with boyfriends, out there doing the thing. Not necessarily maybe she knew she was pregnant, but didn't really want to get the prenatal care, maybe even face the music when it came to this. Does that make sense? So for me, yeah, like shout out to my prego ladies that do the CrossFits and stuff. So to me, this isn't like, oh my God, y'all. Some people are pregnant and they can do I'm telling y'all, some people are pregnant and they look good or whatever it may be, very fit. They're very athletic. I know though that was just not me when I was pregnant, because it just that just wasn't me. I was 7 months pregnant in the Army and still doing PT and working on vehicles. Yeah. So everybody's a little bit different when it comes to this. So there is a lot of pictures out there. Now, does she look like a pregnant teenager? To me, she does. To me, she does. Just like Alexee Trevizo looked very much like a pregnant teenager, if that makes sense. Wasn't one of the Williams sisters playing tennis while pregnant? There you go. Yo, you said, I have a friend who took pro photos in her ankle hanging out of oh my God, a trapeze at 9 months pregnant. It was beautiful. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, if they could do it, they can do it. But to me, it's like, this is news. It's making news because people are clearly talking about it. So again, she was seen performing with her school's stunt team months before detectives say they found her newborn infant inside of the closet wrapped in a trash bag. So she's 21. She was taken into custody on the 31st of August. Now, one of the questions that I had for the chat, and shout out to everybody who came in my comments and corrected me, because you guys said that what happened is that she went to the hospital and they did the testing. They found the tear and everything. And then that's when essentially they had found the baby in the closet. Okay. So she didn't receive medical attention right away after giving birth, just so people are aware. Sounds like the baby was pronounced dead at the scene. The baby was put in this closet. Okay. And so far, this autopsy is inconclusive. They need to do more testing. Keep in mind that, like, they're looking for tissue. They're looking for things like that. Like in the Alexee Trevizo case, which we're going to go to here in a minute, but they were looking, they were able to find air in the lungs, right? There have been reports that have been saying that this baby was whimpering or there was sounds being made. So we truly don't know. So we'll find out more as this autopsy is given. there's reports out there that people knew that she was pregnant. And if that is the case, who knew that she was pregnant? Was it just the students? Was it the faculty? I do wonder. I'm not well versed in this, but if I'm the stunt team coach, okay, if they have coaches, or the cheerleading coach, whatever it may be at this university, and I'm seeing my student who appears to be visibly pregnant now, I don't want to cross boundaries or anything, but I probably would be asking like, hey, I'm noticing that, and again, it's kind of like hard because it's like, you don't want to call her fat, you don't want to do things like that, but you do have to kind of wonder, like, I'm noticing, there's a couple of changes. Are you by chance pregnant? Or maybe take her to the health office. I don't know. It's a fine balance that you have to drive, and there and here and there. You said, I'll look for the photo. It was safe. I'm 8 months pregnant and I haven't felt like doing any sort of physical activity. LOL. Props to anyone who can, but I wouldn't want to risk anything. Yeah, Queen CC, there's I have friends that were pregnant running marathons. And their bodies are used to it. Baby was born safe. But they're getting prenatal care. I don't think this girl was getting any kind of prenatal care. Typically, you're under the supervision of a doctor. And congratulations, Queen CC. Shout out to you, and congratulations on your baby. I'm concerned about your health. I've noticed some changes. How would you weigh that in? How would you weigh that in? Lacey, I canceled yesterday. I was really tired, girl. I took a really good long sleep. So I do wonder. Yeah, religion has a big responsibility in many cases. Well, it sounds like her parents were pretty old school, and she might have been scared to tell them. But y'all, you're 21, okay? I'm sorry. I was 18. Listen, once I turned 18, I was like, bye, parents. Bye, parents. And I was very vocal since. I still respect my parents and stuff like that, but once I wasn't like let me stop. I probably should ask my mom if I was a bad kid or not. She'd probably say something different, but I didn't feel like I was when I hear about other kids' stories compared to mine, I don't feel like I was too much. I was a juvie kid, I got into some trouble. I had placenta previa, yeah, and was put on a bed rest. So exercise was out of the question, says Mama. Yeah, that's a real thing too. This last pregnancy for me was very rough. This baby bunny pregnancy was very rough on me. Very rough on me. So I was under a lot of stress, and there was just so many things, and I had to go in early. So yeah, it was different. I was 20 and horrified to tell my parents this storm. Oh my God. You could never, I don't know. The first pregnancy, I think I was scared to tell them, but I did. But I was in my 20s. So I wasn't a kid. And I was doing pretty well on my own. So there's that. But maybe she was scared. Maybe they held sometimes it's maybe religious beliefs that people hold. And so young adults, and she's not a child, even though, like, I have people in my comments, she's so young, they try to infantilize her. And no, she's 21. She's not. She'll be fine. She's got to face the music. If she did something wrong, or if there's something more to this, whatever the autopsy comes out, okay, she could have miscarried and then put the baby in the thing, or it could have been a stillborn. We don't know yet, okay? So we have to wait for things to develop. Lex reported that the newborn was located in the closet, wrapped in a towel inside of a black trash bag, according to police documents. Snelling has been released from jail on a $100,000 bond and was placed on house arrest. Snelling also admitted to giving birth, the police documents indicated. Snelling and teammates from the University of Kentucky stunt team participated in the Collegiate National Championship against California Baptist University in April in Nashville, Tennessee. Videos of the competition was posted on Flow Cheer YouTube page. Girl, the sleuths, shout out to the sleuths. They went in there and they were pulling the pictures. If there's a picture out there and you got some controversy behind your name, they're going to find it. Okay? They're going to find, I bet y'all could probably find my high school picture at this point. I don't know. Because you guys, the sleuths will sleuth and find information when they want to find out. That's just how it is. So they were able to find the video. Now, on other news pertaining to Snelling, Kentucky health director says we need to do a better job helping mothers like Laken Snelling. What are you going to do? Provide prenatal care? Does the university, I mean, did I ever go to a health university for? No, because I had to have insurance. I had my own insurance. Put a one in the chat. If any, do I have any like either people that have recently graduated or are in university for whatever program you're in? Do you guys have prenatal care in your universities? Like, what does he mean by that? Because I never really, I don't think not once did I ever go to the health office, not as an undergraduate, not as a graduate. I mean, I had my own, I worked while I went to school. So there's that. You said I had Barley graduate from high school when I was 8 months pregnant. There's no excuse for her action, says Magic on a budget. Let me know. Wasn't it a quote from Laken that she heard the baby was whimpering? That's what I heard too. And at this point, I don't even know if we can or can't confirm that, because I think it was the friend that told the police. So we need like, that could be hearsay at this point. I don't know. You said I'm barely you said they barely given any FAFSA, let alone prenatal care at a university. Don't they give well, maybe I should Google search this. Do universities give prenatal care? Is that like weird for me to ask? Oh, okay. I guess it's not. Yes, many university medical centers and associated hospitals offer comprehensive prenatal care, including consultations with OBGYNs and maternal fetal medicine specialists, along with services like blood tests, ultrasounds. And maybe I just never checked, but I guess that many universities do. Maybe they do. You said I went 2 seconds to school with the cheerleader and they gave prenatal care. Okay, Lacey. So maybe some universities do. Well, I guess the university health director says we need to do a better job helping mothers like Laken Snelling. A health professional in Kentucky called for improvement resources for expecting mothers amid the investigation surrounding former University of Kentucky competitive cheerleader Laken Snelling. Now, here's the problem that I have with this. I'm just going to play the devil's advocate, because this could be a really bad thing to say. And let me say why, at least in my opinion. If a university, they could have offered prenatal care or whatever resources. But what if she didn't want to be seen yet? What if she was prolonging this? Or what if she was in the state of like, maybe I'll treat it later, maybe I'll figure this out later, and just kept pushing and pushing and never actually addressing the issue? What if that was the case and she just kind of like it never actually walked into this clinic? Did she ever actually plan to go to the clinic? Now, the other side to this, some of you guys might say she didn't even know she was pregnant. We don't know that. At some point, she found out when she gave birth. That's the thing that really gets me. It's the same with Alexee Trevizo. At some point, you might have not known, but you knew when you found out, when you gave birth, and then what you decided to do with the baby was a whole different story, right? Like, that's the thing. No excuse. Let me know. You said she has been under her parents' insurance and could have been seen a private provider. Lacey, do they have to report to the parents, though? You said, girl, in the 80s, my university called it the health clinic. Oh, okay. Thank you. You emailed me the photo? Okay, hold up. What is this? Oh, no. I haven't received it yet. Sorry, that was a whole different email. Let's see. Was it a religious university? No, not University of Kentucky. It's against HIPAA, right? No, parents can't get medical records once kid hits 13. Thank you. That's what I thought. There's been a change to that. The bills would show that she's seeing someone. So if you're seeing an OBGYN specialist, it's kind of hard to hide that because they are specialized in that. Like, OBGYN is specific for pregnant women. Now, the GYN would just be like regular care. The OB would be specific to care, right? So even though the parents aren't formally being informed, they're going to find out through a medical bill. That makes sense. Or like whatever they're pulling. You said that they don't have access for adults without author, but they can find out, Mama, can they find out what kind of provider they're seeing? Does that make sense? Yeah, like it's going to show in some kind of like what kind of doctor you're seeing. I don't know. Just what's been put out there. But anyways, so let me keep going with this. Why am I have so many tabs open? Snelling, again, we know was arrested. She actually went to court already. She did post bond. We know this. Let's see. Kentucky has a near total abortion ban. Has had a nearly total abortion ban, except to potentially save a pregnant woman's life. Okay, they're saying this here. In cases like Snelling, the director urges women to utilize the resources at local health departments, including advice on raising children and connections to adoption resources. Well, and what about safe havens? Kentucky has a safe haven law. See what I'm saying? It's like, anyways, let me stop right here. It's a little crazy when it gets to this. Okay, so OBGYN and gyno fall under the same ICD-10 codes. So Lacey, they wouldn't have known. And it can't say the doctor's name. Okay, thank you for this. Guys, we're going to keep following this case. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments about it. I mean, there's a lot of hearsay that's being said, so I'm trying to like kind of cut through the noise and just maybe go directly to what we know could be factually explained by something at this point. So we want to kind of get through that situation and the noise, but we're going to keep talking about it. Now, here's another case that you guys know we've been following for like two years now. Dang, when did this happen? 2023? It's about to be 2 years, okay? Oh my God. So last week, was it last week? It was last week. We heard the oral arguments in the New Mexico Supreme Court, which were very interesting. Some of you guys had so much to say on the Alexee Trevizo case. But there was a lot of like articles that came after those oral arguments. And I think part of it is because of the base of the judges, the justices. It was 5 of them that were sitting there and they were going back and forth about whether Alexee could walk away from this. She wasn't Mirandized. There was a lot of stuff that was happening. So I had so many comments that came and they said, oh my God, like, is she going to get free from this? Well, I guess that's the question. So I did some research about finding out when we're going to hear back from the Supreme Court. And I think it takes anywhere from 2.5 months. I mean, it could be any time, but estimated time with New Mexico when they write an opinion, because we're waiting for them to write an opinion. And then we're going to like figure out where do we go from here. Are we going to go to trial next year? Is there going to be an Alexee Trevizo trial next year? We were waiting on this in August of last year. Okay, so we've been waiting. Alexee Trevizo, is there going to be a trial? We're waiting for the opinion to be written by the justices. Okay, so Lexi right now is not walking. We don't, for those that are writing out comments, she got off. I saw a bunch of comments in various Reddits and stuff like that. No, we're waiting for the Supreme Court to make a decision at this point. What evidence is going to be used? What's going to happen? People wrote an article yesterday. After cheerleader is accused of putting baby in the trash. Why is hospital being sued on claims for wrongful death? Okay, now we've talked about this in a shorter video. I've done videos about this. So she is charged again with the murder of her baby. In the evidence that the defense is trying to suppress, the girl made some very scandalous statements that the DA is trying to make sure are not suppressed. This is why we went to oral arguments, okay? So it's very damning evidence. If they suppress it, they feel like it has to do with HIPAA. There's a concern. HIPAA plays into this. Mandated reporter plays into this. I mean, the defense attorney in the oral arguments really try to say, well, why didn't they just call CPS to investigate? And I'm sitting here listening to the defense and I'm like, you're going to call CPS about a dead baby? That's not a CPS call. That's like a homicide at this point. CPS doesn't investigate homicides. So this is how deep this goes, right? Very interesting arguments. Check out the videos that I've done. Okay. Yeah, that defense was a mess. But so Alexee Trevizo was 19 years old when this happened to her. For those that don't know, um, okay, girl. She gave birth to a baby boy in January of 2023, in a bathroom at a New Mexico hospital during an emergency visit. Okay. She was denying being pregnant. They gave her a pregnancy test, and the hospital knew she was pregnant. But their argument, the defense argument, is that they didn't tell Lexi that she was pregnant. I don't know about that. An autopsy determined that the baby was breathing outside the womb, and Alexee was charged with murder. And so she was charged with murder, and there's crucial evidence. Crucial evidence is now inadmissible under doctor-patient privilege. There's that. Trevizo's lawyer filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the hospital on behalf of the newborn's estate. Okay, and so this is what that has been going on. They're both kind of. You have the civil case and the criminal case, and so I personally feel like the defense is using whatever's going on here to, of course, trickle it out to the criminal case to help out. The lawyers representing Trevizo is not only defending his client against the charges, but also filed the wrongful death complaint in a civil court on behalf of the deceased baby. Okay, and so Trevizo told staff that she was not pregnant and on her period upon arriving at the hospital, according to a copy of the civil complaint obtained by People. The doctor on duty then ordered medications, and the complaint alleged having warnings regarding use. And the complaint alleges having warnings regarding use if the patient is pregnant. Meanwhile, a test was run by the hospital staff revealed Alexee was pregnant, but per the complaint, Alexee had not yet learned this when she told the nurse that she had to use the bathroom. So get this shit, okay? This is what drives me crazy about this case, right? Alexee was heavily medicated under morphine. She runs to the bathroom or walks to the bathroom, okay? She gives birth. She didn't know she was pregnant. She was so tripped up on morphine, right? She puts this baby in, so there's a liner, right? She puts this baby in the trash, grabs another liner and puts the liner over the baby, and then puts the trash on top of the baby. Now, I know morphine can make you feel, I've had morphine, it can make you feel a little loopy, it can make you feel all kinds of things. But to me, that seemed a bit premeditated. She might have not known she was pregnant when she went to the bathroom, but she sure as hell knew she was pregnant after she gave birth, and then said, let me think. In my morphine state, I'm going to go put this baby, it's already a liner, in the trash, grab another liner, put another liner over this baby, and put a bunch of trash on top of this. So then here comes the cleaning staff cleaning this bathroom because there's blood all over. She just gave birth, right? So they're going to clean this bathroom. She pulls out the trash and feels how heavy it is. And then guess what? When she pulls the trash out, the bag is literally right at the baby's face. So she was so heavy on morphine, she couldn't think straight, but she thought straight enough to conceal the fact that she just gave birth. Anyways, Storm for back pain. Yeah. I don't know, Nicole. That's a great question. Will they check Alexee's phone? I bet and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you think she didn't make a search about, because listen, I remember back in the day when I was young, back then it was Ask Jeeves before it was really Ask Google or Google. Can this make you pregnant? Can this make you pregnant? I don't know. So again, the civil case is still going on with the criminal case. Lexi, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what these justices are going to determine. We just don't know. Okay. I'm hoping that this is not the case, that suddenly she gets to, walk away from this, because I think she needs to be held responsible, in my opinion. Now I don't want to speculate about what the mama knew or didn't know. I just have a hard time believing that nobody in that community knew that this girl was pregnant. In the pictures, a very pregnant cheerleader, y'all. Okay? You remember Ask Jeeves? And that bathroom staff, oh my God, they were like so upset. And rightfully so, because having to see this, like, they're at a hospital. What do you do in a hospital? You save lives. What does she do with that placenta? It is, Franny Law, a very, like, this would be different to me. It's like, okay, she didn't know she was pregnant. There was a little cord in that bathroom. You know what I mean? Where you could just pull the cord and ask for help. At some point, she knew she was pregnant when she decided to conceal this baby. And that's that premeditation intent stuff where I'm like, okay, she didn't know she was pregnant. She didn't know what she was doing. She could have said something. This baby didn't have to die. And even to a certain degree, I feel that even the hospital is responsible for this too. And some of you, I know I've had some nurses in here who've said, stop blaming the hospital. I can't, because to a certain degree, they're also in trouble here as well. They knew she was pregnant. Now I get it. You don't want to rush in this door, invade her privacy and stuff like that. But I mean, when I was having my miscarriages and, when I went through stuff where I couldn't get these nurses off my back, So it's just crazy. And law enforcement show up to a crime scene. Well, what got to me, and Franny, shout out to my beautiful, wonderful lawyers, but Franny, you should really watch that. I don't know if you did. They went to the Supreme Court and they did oral arguments, and they're very interesting about what they're arguing. But when Alexee's defense attorney said something about, well, get CPS to investigate, mandated reporters call CPS. I get that. And then you call law enforcement too. But literally when they said, well, when it's something like this, you typically call CPS. CPS is not there to investigate homicides or murders or dead babies, guys. Now, do babies die in the process of an investigation? Yes, but that's different than if you're being called for a dead baby. CPS has nothing to do with that. You have to involve law enforcement. So really, when the defense attorney did that, oh gosh, I literally lost it. I said, oh, that's unreal. That's unreal. Many, many people played a role in this, honestly. I do hold, in my opinion, I think that the hospital was responsible, as well as Alexee, well, more so Alexee, honestly. But yeah, they shouldn't have given her any pain meds before verifying her pregnancy test results. That's, first of all, there you go. They did. They dropped the ball. They did. You want candies? Well, you gotta wait 5 minutes. Oh, you gotta give me a minute. Okay, go play. All right. But anyways, guys, that is what we have today. So I gotta go because baby buddy's demanding candy. I have the Priscilla Presley video dropping today. I got to do a couple more edits, but it's dropping hopefully in like an hour and a half. So I'm gonna go deal with that. Let me know what you guys think overall of this all the ones that we covered today, especially that first one. Oh my God, that first case is crazy. I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta go tend to baby bunny. Okay. You have to wait. Okay. You want candies? Okay. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Give me a second. Ooh, bye, guys.